Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. My name is Megan, and this video today is about how I plot out all of my novels.
This is future Megan speaking, editing Megan speaking, and I forgot to list the rules for this video, and the rules are number 1, relax, have fun, make yourself a cup of tea, enjoy yourself. This is a time for us to bond as writers. The second rule is take it slow. Don't worry about the little nitty-gritty details. I guarantee you I haven't plotted a single thing after making this video. All I had was an idea, and I ran with it. My third rule is have fun, honestly. Be yourself. Embrace your quirks, okay? It's good for you, good for the soul, right? And number 4, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh my gosh, I post every other Wednesday. So, follow my little YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to make new friends. If you want to be my new bestie. I definitely need some. So, coming from a 22-year-old. Anyways, please enjoy the video. I'll get back to past me, blind me. My eye has healed since then. Yes.
Now before I begin, just make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also don't forget to ring the notification bell and leave a comment below what book you're currently writing or wanting to write. I'm curious to see what you guys are all working on. Alright, so let's get to plotting the actual book. Let's go ahead and dump a plot idea. I think I'm going to be working on a fantasy book for the sake of today. I'm using my plotting template that I use in Notion. So I will put the link in the bio for you guys to download it. It's free. You can use it. You can customize it. To start, let's go ahead and give ourselves a general concept.
Time to make people suffer.
I think I'm going to say there's 2 main characters. So let's say dual POV. I'll write it in third person to start. I will write out my initial setting just so we can define the space that our characters are living in. So I have my 2 country checklists pulled up here. So we have a slot for capital cities, any allies, any notable geographic locations or settings, any enemies or rivals that they may have, the kind of government they have. I actually have a drop-down tab here and the name of their leader because that usually is really important, especially in fantasy worlds. So let's think of a country name for now. Let's just shoot for something super basic. I don't know how to add accents or anything like that. So let's go for a capital. We'll just do the same thing. And then they have lots of, let's say, waterfalls, cave systems, and a long coastline. I would say for the culture, let's say that they have lots of, since they are along the coast, let's say that seafaring and trading are a big part of their culture. They have a similar religious system to Greek mythology. And let's say they have 3 main holidays. We can define what their meanings are later. And their government is a democracy. Okay, so we have a bit of a setting here now. So the capital city is arranged in consecutive crescents. So the way it looks is it starts off with a smaller crescent at the start along the coastline, or actually no, it'll start with the bigger one and then it'll slowly get smaller and smaller and smaller the higher up you go in society. Larger by the coast, smaller by the highest class. And let's say they live on a mountainside. So mountainside, there we go. big lagoon in the middle where the ships roll in and out. So it's kind of similar to the historical idea or depiction of Atlantis. Okay. Let's work through country B. So this could be their rival country. We're just gonna say rival country. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. Let's say they're allies. We don't have any yet. Notable geography. I'll fill this out and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I have a really interesting concept for the second country here. So we have the country of Wisden, the capital is Lanesta, and the notable geography is the rivers. They're very dry though. The country overall is very dry. There's a couple of deltas and oasis cities scattered throughout. Otherwise, there are people who live in caves where they keep the moisture retained below and it seeps through the desert floor. And then I said they live in a very tribalist society. They're run by a dictator, and they have a festival of lights underground where they redirect the light coming through the glass ceilings that they have below the rivers. So they use the light from like the rivers passing through the water to light up their cities underneath. So yeah, that's what I have right now. So with that in mind, let's say this potentially could be an enemies to lovers situation here. So let's start developing our two main characters.
She's not like other girls.
So let's go ahead and build out our protagonist. Now, I usually really suck with names, but I do want to do enemies to lovers. So let's start with our role, which is, oh, this is all connected to my current work in progress, but let's just go ahead and switch this to protagonist. So this was a chart that I found online. I don't use everything on here, but I do think that it does help. So let's say the main girl is from Classe. So let's say Classe, nationality, and then closing is the language, religion. Same thing, so I'm just gonna do that. Job, I would say she is a daughter of a politician. So, Clause is an oligarchy, so there is a tight-knit group of people who run the country. And I'm gonna say that maybe both of her parents are two people in the oligarchy. We'll give her the name, okay, Aaliyah. I don't know if I like that. That looks like Oreo. Sure, we'll start with that. Just give her that nickname, Thea. So we have Thea. I kind of already know what I want her to be. I want her to be an ESTP. Her love language is quality time. Alright, so then we can break down, I don't like most of these, but we can break down core character traits here. So want, / desire. Then we need the need. We have the misbelief. We already have the fatal flaw. It's up here. Her fatal flaw will be pride. And then her agenda and theme. Let's say the story starts off with the death of her mother. Okay, so her mom dies. That pushes the story forward, and now she is going to take the place of her mom within the council. So I want her desire is to prove herself as a worthy member of the council. But her misbelief is that they don't need her because the system is, oh my gosh, it's perfect. It works just fine. There's nothing wrong. So she's very, very delusional. She doesn't really understand what actually is going on. Let's say there's something similar to the caste system where people are certain tiers in society, and so she's the topmost tier. So she doesn't understand exactly the depth of maybe the poverty in her city. So let's say they don't need her because the system is impeccable, but her need, we'll get to her need here soon. So we have her. Let's change her name to, oh my gosh, let me just click on this. So this is Orthea. Her status is alive. She's alive. And so her need though, so the need is challenging because people often conflict it or confuse it with the want / desire. So it's a deeper thing than she deals with on the outside. So I think for her, let's say she wants to prove herself, but she also doesn't think that they need her, so it's conflicting already. But I think that she wants to be loved. So let's say her parents are very distant, and so she just wants to be loved. And we can elaborate on that further on. And her agenda is to become an outstanding politician, despite her lack of motivation, and rule as best as possible. Hopefully her dad approves, right? And the theme, I think, will be self-acceptance, embracing strengths, and she learns that the right people will love her for who she is. So my impression is that she's very that's my cat.
Every girl's dream man.
Okay, so let's say we need another main character, so let's duplicate this, and this is our male main character. I already decided that I want him to be very compatible with her. Let's do we'll do an ENFJ to start. So let's start with let's do INFJ, no ISFJ. When you think of a name for him, I think he will be let's start with Julian to start. And his nickname will be Jay. He'll be 25. So he is from Wizen. I don't know. Religion, none. Job. So I think he is the son of a fisherman. So maybe he is a fisherman's apprentice. And let's say that the reason why he's in the city is because he was delivering a shipment of fish, maybe, or trading something. There's also mining, so maybe he's a miner's apprentice instead. So he lives from the Undercity, so a miner's apprentice. and he's there to trade for food or something, and then something happens. So let's say he's taller. Let's say he's 6 foot. I would say he's paler because he's underground, so pale. Maybe he has some, I would say it'd be kind of fun if we had a redheaded male main character. He's just got wavy hair, brown eyes is fine. So what is his want and desire? I think he wants to escape Wizen. I think he wants to move to Close. So let's say escape to Wizen. Maybe he has an abusive mentor, and so he wants to get out of there. His need is to find his meaning of home. Find the meaning of home slash a place to belong. His misbelief is that because he's Wizen, he'll never be able to make something of himself. Come here, bud. Come here. Come, fake. Come on. Come on. Say hello. Oh. Say hello. So his theme is, I think it's gonna be more like learning to trust others. I think he's gonna be very prejudiced towards her, so learns to trust others. He battles with hyper-independence. No, actually that's gonna be Orpheus' issue. Learns to trust others, so we can say that she struggles with hyper-independence. Thank you. Julian. Okay, I think that's good enough to start. Agenda. Sell things. Escape. Make himself into closure board. Okay, so let's start with plotting the actual plot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to my least favorite part.
Layout here. Here we go, outline. So let's give ourselves a work in progress title. So let's say rivals. I don't know, enemies, something. I don't know. So we're going into the plot. I use the Save the Cat format to help me plot out all the themes and arcs of the story. This is also linked on the page, so you don't even have to worry about typing all this up. I had to do it myself. It was such a pain. So we're going to start with the opening image, which is Thea walking to her mother's funeral with her father. Actually, we're not going to be walking. They're in a procession. With her father, and there's a ruckus. There's something that happens. So let's say that a fight breaks out as someone steals the jewels off of the, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting what it's called, the lift she's on. So she's super rich. He's arrested. So they take him. So go through the funeral, and the guy is taken to the jail. Okay, so then we go off and we say POV. So let's say Julian's POV. He's the guy who stole it, so he's imprisoned. And maybe he looks like the guy who stole, oh, you know what, imprisoned, but it was his cousin who actually took them. They look similar. So he's innocent. Has to get out of there. So we have the opening image plotted out. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the main points, and then we'll figure out where to go from there. Okay, so with the Save the Cat outline, usually it's 3 acts split into 4 parts. So there's Act 1, which is the beginning, the inciting incident, building up to the main plot of the story. Then we have Act 2A, which is the very middle. It really digs deep into who the characters are, defining them as people, and bringing them to that either very, very high point or very, very low point. After that, we have Act 2B, which is still the middle, but it's really getting ready for the big fight scene or the big climax of the storyline, and that really, really defines the themes and the lessons that they learn throughout the book. And then Act 3, which is the end, is really filling out the plot climax, the finale, and building that up and into a setting and a storyline that really ties everything together in a neat little bow. So for the sake of the video, I'm not going to plot out the rest of this book, but I probably will actually end up doing something with it just because I think it's a really cool and interesting idea. But until then, I'm just going to thank you guys for, But until then, I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through the other features that I use on here. So, I have a link to a website called Incarnate, which you can make your own map. I prefer to hand draw mine. I was an artist before I was a writer, so it's easier for me to just, hand draw mine and then figure things out as I go. And then I usually just sit and think on what countries and capitals names I can think of. And I really find that building out playlists to better define your characters helps me with just filling them out and giving them some heart, and also listening to them for inspiration for writing. And the nice thing about Notion is that you can actually embed Spotify playlists on your page, which is so awesome. And then here I have my notes. I usually just fill out like random thoughts I have, any ideas I have on the fly, and it just really helps me out. And then with my chapters toggle section, I usually toggle this, give myself 3 points of 3 beats I need to hit in that chapter, and then I cross it off and delete it once I've written it. And then I have daily tasks. I don't always do these just because it's harder for me to keep a routine for writing, and one of my goals for 2025 is to have more of a writing routine because I'm really trying to finish EB before the end of the year to send it out to beta readers because I want that book to be published. But yeah, so these are just really my main things that I love to use on here, and you can change out the views for this. You can also have like a spreadsheet for the countries here. This just helps me look at the overall feeling and interactions that these countries have with each other, and you can kind of do the same for the characters. It's just more like a checklist in a spreadsheet where you can really cross-reference things and make sure everything connects. There are no loopholes, no plot holes, or anything like that. But yeah, so that's really how I plot in Notion and how I begin plotting books in general. Anyways, guys, I really hope that you liked this video and found it informative. I can always go more into detail about these, but I will also shout out some of my favorite creators for these kinds of things. So my 2 go-to girls for writing, plotting, etc. are, of course, Abby Emmons and Anna New. Those 2 girls have really helped me learn how to plot and write my own books without having an English degree. So those girls are pretty much all you need to really learn and develop your writing skills and reach your goals as a writer. Reach your goals as a writer. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this was informative for you. Let me know if you want any other videos like this from me where I can walk you through my writing process or really create a character with you guys so we can sit down and work through all of those things. And don't forget that I have this page linked in my bio below, and I will see you another Wednesday. Don't forget to follow my Instagram page. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I post most Wednesdays. And yeah, leave me any video recommendations, anything you want from me in the comments. And yeah, I will see you on another Wednesday.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I understand that it's a chill video. I was short on time when I recorded this, and I have fully upgraded my equipment, so expect a higher quality video coming soon. So like and sub. I love y'all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Kisses.